some peace of mind. But TikTok said a gator drove a Jeep through the blinds. Florida man's at it again with fireworks and a goat. And someone married a ghost in a Dollar Tree coat. Hey, what in the Walmart rapture is going on? Aliens dancing in a Waffle House song. Karen's got a taser in the checkout line. And Dr. Oz just adopted birds to fight off crime. I'm just sitting here scrolling my jaw on the floor. The internet's a circus and I can't take no more. Yeah. When it's wildin', there's a raccoon in the sink. Someone robbed a Wendy's just to steal a frosty drink. A pastor's gone viral yelling about the end is near, while folks ride hoverboards and wedding gear. Hey, what in the Walmart rapture is this mess? Florida's a movie, but it's filmed in VHS. Someone fed meth to a squirrel named Dave, and now he's in a cage just throwing rave. I'm just...
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, and I have one real story for you.
Just
that
one.
is that Hulk Hogan passed away. And then to the real story that I'm going to bring you today, because it is Friday. That's the serious story. I did show it to you. And this is the headline that made me nearly stop breathing. I laughed so hard because I must have missed this entire Hulk Hogan era. Like, it must have been his blue period, because I did not know much about this. Like I was telling Volstorm, most things I know about Hulk Hogan are from his acting career and not his wrestling career. So I was like, what is a love sponge and how do I put that on my LinkedIn? Because I think I qualify with 6 kids. I think by definition, I am in fact...
Yeah, I would say
it.
you are the...
We're fighting for the ultimate love sponge title. It's going to be a knockdown. Joe Rogan, I'm going to need you to show me how to... Well, I guess I could do that crane kick, but I don't think it's legal outside of Karate Kid.
If anybody's a love sponge, it's you.
I win.
Yeah, you win. You win
Bubba
that
the
one.
Love Sponge regrets not making up with ex-pal Hulk Hogan, who made a sex tape of his wife. Well, you know... Things happened. How does one make a Hallmark card for sorry I stooped your wife and filmed it?
I don't think I'd worry about making up over that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Call me
I just
crazy.
don't know that a Toblerone is going to fix this.
You know, the two you just decide to hash it out over an ice cream. Yeah, that's not how that works.
They go to the local Waffle House at 3 a.m. like everyone, bare knuckle boxing. And then it's done. The feud is ended. Like all fights in Indiana are ended that way.
Yeah. Well, you know, everybody needs a hobby.
Oh, New York Post, you're once a brother, always a brother. This took this into incest and...
It's like Eskimo Brothers.
Former close friend of Hulk Hogan, Bubba the Love Sponge, says he regrets not mending fences before the death of the wrestling legend who, you know, infamously slept with his wife in 2012. Bubba, real name Todd Clem. To be fair, I think Bubba works, sir. I mean,
well, especially in Florida.
You know, I don't generally give people fashion advice, mostly because I don't understand fashion. But if you are short and wide, maybe don't try to look like Ernest Hemingway. Like, this is doing nothing for him. You're short, you've got boxy pants on that are wide-legged for some reason, and then a boxy shirt. It's just, it's not gonna work.
That's fine if you're taking those family photos on the beach, you're not wearing shoes, and you're just wearing it for the photo. But everyday attire,
Lori Vallow,
yeah,
Daybell in Hawaii. Now, he did take the blame for the former pals falling out, despite the fact that Hogan made a sex tape with his wife, Heather Clem. Oh, so Hulk Hogan was sleeping with the wife. That I was confused. I guess you really aren't a love sponge if you was sleeping with your wife. Still win. Bite me.
Yeah, it's kind of like okay, it was your fault that your wife slept with Hulk Hogan. Make that make
I mean,
sense.
well, I mean, to a certain type of woman, you tear a t-shirt off in front of them. I mean, we are weak. This is why y'all have to protect us. We are useless against our feminine desires. I, I don't know. I mean, again, not sure how you're going to hallmark your way out of that. But I did have a profound I
I'm
had a
picturing the
profound thought that
cards now.
so here's what I think my card would be, and this actually ties in. I love how my inspirations of crazy do tie in. Sorry I was angry for so long, but both grief and anger suck. But grief swallows, and I'm a quitter. I don't know. I'm working on it.
I got nothing. I can't think of what would go
No,
on the card.
I'm very sorry that I let the fact that you stoked my wife and videotaped it prevent me from apologizing and mending our friendship. P.S.
J-
Was she good? Did you give her a 5-star rating? Because usually I do. But she makes me a sandwich.
Look,
Did
the
she cut
card
off your
just needs to
crust?
say it just needs to say one thing. Bros before hoes. I'm sorry.
Yes. And it just the front of it is, remember that sweaty, oily like hand slap that they did in
Yes.
Predator?
Yes.
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 Just like,
Yeah.
sorry, I picked a hoe before a bro. My bad. Now,
Hallmark. This.
unfortunately, that sex tape was leaked to media outlet Gawker, who published a clip from a video and was promptly sued by Hogan with funding from billionaire Peter Thiel for invasion of privacy. Well, I mean, you did kind of invade another dude's wife. I don't know that
Yeah.
privacy is like, yeah, your privacy, but you did kind of invade another dude's wife. So
You you filmed
hot
it.
kettle.
That kind of eliminates the privacy aspect.
Yeah. Now, a Florida jury awarded $140 million in total to Hogan in that suit, which caused Gawker to declare bankruptcy just one day after the ruling came down and shutter shortly after. Now, just days before the Hulkster's death, Bubba the Love Sponge revealed that the 71-year-old was on his deathbed. If you did some sniffing around, you might find him in a hospital near you, and it's not good, Bubba said last Wednesday, referring to Hogan. I've got some pretty reliable information last night that there are phone calls being made to various family members about getting into town to come say your goodbyes. Now, Hogan's manager, Jimmy Hart, denied the claim that the muscle man was nearing the end of his life. Do you also validate parking, sir? Because I feel like you're a little wrong.
Well,
But I
it's
would like
Jimmy
to hope you're
Hart.
useful with something.
I'm surprised Jimmy Hart's still alive.
Well, he claimed on the Twit Twats that the platinum power bomber was doing great and phenomenal the
Oh,
same day that
jeez.
it came out that he passed away. I'm not saying that you might have pulled a clear Pepsi, but you might have pulled a new Coke. Okay.
Well, first of all, I actually liked clear Pepsi. I was one of those few. Second of all, I think Jimmy forgot that you're not doing a wrestling bit.
Fair point. Probably. I will say that this week has been a kick in the butt as far as Hollywood goes. I mean, we had, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who I didn't know as much through the Cosby Show, but I did know through the Magic School Bus. He was the producer at the end who would answer all the questions. So I
Things I
was more
never
sad that
watched.
he passed. Well, I mean, you probably weren't a 12-year-old girl when it came out in like science and cartoons.
That's
So
true. That's true. But
ha-
as we all
having
know, I did watch Cosby.
I did. I did watch a lot of Cosby, but I always thought, gosh, I'm more afraid of the mom. Like, cause the
Yeah.
mom would look like Felicia Rashad would look into the television like, I know you didn't. I would sit up straight like someone's got Miss Huxtable mad. Don't nobody get Miss Huxtable mad.
Hmm.
Because I was never afraid of Bill Cosby, but I was always afraid of Felicia Rashad. I was like, oh hell, she's about ready to take off her earrings and shit is going down.
That's why. That's why she never worried about Bill. All the other women did, but not her.
Fair point. Now, this will be a, I think, capital punishment when I am a leader of the free world, mostly because this is gross and disgusting. And if I catch you doing this, you're going to Guantanamo. A flight attendant finds a disgusting surprise under seats and pleads with passengers not to do this. You go straight to jail. Who is this woman? She is my Secretary of Air Defense now. If this
What?
slob's goal was to commit a freakishly foul offense at 30,000 feet, they absolutely nailed it. Going barefoot on an aircraft is gross and long condemned by flight attendants and frequent flyers alike. Going barefoot and cutting your toenails while cruising the clouds and leaving the waste on the carpet to
What
be
the
cleaned up by the
hell?
crew. Oh, hell, how many toenails do you have? That's like
Gross.
87 toenails. Ew, and I bet they were the old, big, yuck, gross, ugly, fugly
Yeah,
old people
it was
toes.
probably
Ugh.
the nasty, crusty, yellow, hard. You have to take medication in order to get rid of the fungus type toenails.
Look,
Ew.
I can only wear Birkenstocks. They're the only thing that is comfortable to me. But I am willing to outlaw most people wearing sandals, okay? Like we need to bring shame back because this is obviously what happens when people don't have no shame, and I don't want to see your feet, so we're gonna need to work out something.
Yeah. Well,
Those are
I will admit, when it gets warm, I usually wear flip flops in the summer. All right.
well, I mean, I
Then I
get
wear
that.
cowboy boots in the winter. So,
I I get that, but just don't mess with them on an airplane. Like,
no,
ew. Why?
no, dear Lord, no. Nobody needs
Just
to see your grooming habits on a. It's bad enough you got to sit next to somebody on a damn airplane for 2 hours anyway.
yeah, and it's like even when I bring my okay, I've only been flying or once in the last 16 years.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing. We got delayed, and no joke, as a mom of six, I was like, y'all, everyone else was pissed off about the delay. I'm just sitting here eating M&Ms that I paid $8 for and I don't have to share,
Yeah.
enjoying my life. And people are like, "Aren't you upset?" I'm like, "No, this is a cruise for me. You don't understand." And they just all looked at me like, "You just enjoy your M&M, sweetheart. You do deserve a break."
Y'all don't understand. This is relaxing for me.
Yeah, I was like, there are people here to clean up if someone vomits. There are cops here with tasers if someone decides to act crazy, and not one person needs to ask me to open a snack pack. I am in Bermuda right now. I don't care.
It is the best when you realize you're in an environment where I don't have to be responsible for anything.
I
This
know
is
in
nice.
Dollywood, I spent just a day in bed, like watching My Name is Earl. And my husband's like, "Well, which day did you like better?" I was like, "I like Dollywood for the people, and I like The Day is Earl for the not people."
Yes.
I'm I'm deep. I can like two different things.
You're multicultural.
I'm multifaceted. Those
I
are
like
pointed.
I like social and non-social.
Yes. Those are toenail clippings, Leanna Coy, an understandably skeeved out air hostess, wrote on closed captions of the eye popping clip that featured visuals of the clippings and a trigger warning for people with weak stomachs. Now, the passenger clipped their toenails mid flight and then left them. I mean, it would be weirder if he ate them, so I think that, maybe leaving them on the floor while a dick move, you're not thinking this forward. It could have been worse.
And it's in the carpet too. So it's
Yeah.
even harder to get up. It's
Yeah.
not like you did it in
It's just,
the waiting area at the concourse at the airport where, they just
yeah.
sweep it up and go on.
Oh hell no, no. See this? Okay, they're little kid feet, but they're still them are kid of about, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 years old. They
That's a
can wear
big kid.
shoes. So no, do not clip your toenails. Again, I will have air marshals on flights. I am not playing with this rule. We do not touch or mess with our feet on airplanes.
I can't wait for Mo to get into office.
I know.
We could solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, like this. What the hell is this headline? It's like I asked for crazy headlines and Friday was like, I got your back, Mo.
Ta-da!
But I don't know if I need it. Kourtney Kardashian helped me poop. Well, she always does make me feel like my stomach's gonna drop out of my, colon, so
There.
but that's more like just her impact on society. I was skeptical at first, but I'm following her and it worked like a charm. I have 9 questions. First of all, why are you trusting this chick with your bowel movements?
I love the first
Second,
line. My bowels and I have been on a journey.
like they're in a carry-on. Like your bowel hasn't been on a journey with you since the day you were freaking born. There are a few things more humbling than standing in line at Dwayne Reed with a fleet enema in your hand. I would say, yeah, probably. But I gave birth to 6 people. After a while, you just don't care, sweetheart. I mean, I was at a teaching hospital the last 2 times. I think Elvis and the Easter Bunny showed up. So at some point, why? Yeah, it's an enema. People poop. Get over it.
Yeah.
So when I say that I've been there, trust me, I've been there. I started taking a moderate weight management medication called metformin that, while helpful, had the unfortunate side effect of slowing things down in my gut department if I'm not adequately hydrated. So it
True.
sounds like you need to drink more water. So I
Mm-hmm.
live in a perpetually dehydrated life, and I was feeling a little stuck. Even with a decent diet and my trusty fiber bars, I was still feeling thick. You decided to write a whole story about your constipation. I
Okay,
mean,
and here's the thing about that. Eating all the
what in the
fiber
name
and
of
everything, you
Jesus?
need tons of water for it to work.
Yeah. Also, no.
What?
Oh,
Why they
it's
put
an
that picture
ad.
up? Oh my god. I don't
I
need to
know, I'm
see
like,
that.
and demonetized. So
Ugh.
apparently she's created a fiber gummy, which again, those are the same thing. They have celiac fiber in them. You still need water, you absolute jackass.
Should it be called Let Me Go #2?
Let me number 2 is Kourtney Kardashian Barker, sorry, gut friendly go poo poo gummies. Again, they're the same thing that you can get at Walmart. They're still going to contain psyllium or konjac root fiber, which is something that your body cannot digest. But
Yes.
you need water to push it through. You would
Yes.
be better off with going to Miralax because it does send hydration to that particular part of your body to get things moving.
Or here's a thought. How about a probiotic?
Yogurt sucks.
Well, you can
Unless
take
it's frozen
you can take the
yogurt.
pills. I hate yogurt too.
But there you go. If you would like to poop like Kim Kardashian or one of the Kardashians, I don't even know which one. Which one is this?
I don't know, but does
Not
that
OJ's kid. If you
if
would
I
like
take that
to,
stuff, does that mean my ass is gonna look like hers?
well, only when you're wearing heels, honey.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Okay.
stilettos do amazing things to your
Gotcha.
butt.
Gotcha.
But yeah, these are the same thing as what you would get at Walmart. And I'm going to tell you, as a parent of kids who have had to take them into the hospital for this kind of issue, Miralax is going to work much better for you. Or stilettos. I mean, either way. Look, I was kind of okay with thinking that the Kardashians just didn't poop like the rest of us, and now I have to think about it. And you know I will think about it at 3 a.m., and then it's just gonna go weird places.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need that kind of mess in my life when I had to listen to Steven Stern's. Fallstorm, did you hear me use a word I have never used on stream before?
No. Oh,
In
what
my
did you say?
defense, in my defense, and if you have children in the car, I would mute it, or look, I'll try to give you a warning, like by putting my hand up. But so, we got through all of these heartbreaking, statements from the family and everything else. And then Steven Stearns decides to open up his, I'm waving my hands, here comes the word, his cock holster, and decides that he's going to say something about missing Maddie too. And now, this was supposed to have been an inside thought that apparently went out of my mouth and escaped onto the live stream. But in my defense, it is truth in advertising, because I don't see him getting out of Gen Pop without, learning a trade.
God.
Now, I want one of these so bad, but I am pretty sure that as I can't walk in a straight line sober, this is a bad idea for Mo to actually get one of these. But it's the real Star Wars hovercraft thing.
I need one.
I know. Do you think we could okay, here's what I'm thinking, Volstorm, because I realize that our saner spouses would not let us have this, but I think if you, me, and Expert got in, and then we talked to White Rabbit with like poster boards and a PowerPoint, and we let it stay at his house, it would more be a problem for her.
I have the counter to that. I am the saner spouse. So if I say it's cool, it's cool.
Oh, well, hells yeah. Putting that on my order thing. A controversial Star Wars-like flying speedster bike has gone on sale. A viral video of the space-age air bike vehicle zipping across the landscape has divided opinions. Some are suggesting that it's computer trickery and that this doesn't really work. However, Polish company... the jokes just fucking write themselves.
Jokes just write themselves.
Poland, your space force. That's how we got plaid speed. So is a Polish company named Volanaut says it will now go on production in limited numbers and can reach a price of $700,000. I mean, we all got couch cushions. I'm pretty sure I can do a, griftathon. They also reveal flight footage with an original audio that they claim shows that the air bike is actually real. Now, the video shows one very small person said to be able to fly 124 miles per hour while, going over the test ground thanks to a loud method of propulsion. Now, Polish inventor and Volanaut founder Tomasz Patain says this kind of extra footage was requested and highly anticipated. Okay, what is pushing him off the ground? Because I don't claim to be a mechanicologist, but what is it? Is it magic?
Is he using gravitational force? Is he using
the force? Is the force real and no one decided to tell us, and George Lucas has been trying to tell us for years?
I can't reveal my secrets now.
This is not the woman you want to give a ticket to. Speeding is a state of mind. You
The
do
speed
not want to
limit is
ask
not
Mo
real.
if she got more craft kits. Mr. Mo, you did not see a new wig enter.
You you did not see a box full of wigs.
I'm going to try that next time. And he's going to be like, "You're not a Jedi." And I'm like, "No, I'm a Sith." Dun, dun, dun. Now, although the original release went viral, it also managed to divide opinions and stir the internet. Many claimed that the hover bike wasn't real and that the footage has been produced with either AI or CGI. It's not hard to imagine why the futuristic vehicle seems not to obey the laws of physics and has no visible means of generating lift or maintaining unprecedented stability when the rider's on top of it. You know, that's what that's
This is what happens when you order a grill from Temu.
No, but I like this line, and I think I might add it to my LinkedIn because, you know, proprietary stabilization system enhanced by automatic hover capability and for ease of control of their rider. I think that's going to be my next smexy note I send to Mr. Mo.
There you
He's
go.
just not going to know that I want, you know, this air thing. He's going to think fun times. And be
Yeah.
like, no, I was talking about the air bike.
Like the
Now,
two
the
you need motivation for fun times. You and
well,
your
we
12
found a
kids.
we found a door that has a lock on it and a bed that doesn't tell on us. What do you want me to do? I'm a woman and I have needs. Also, okay, so here's what Mr. Mo has cracked this parenting thing like 6 months into being a stay-at-home mom. And I'm pissed off. Cuz what he has trained the boys to do, cuz they never try to find him. I have noticed this. They do not try to find him. If he leaves the room, if he goes away, they don't try to locate him to ask him to open their snack packs. They know they can find me.
Yeah.
But what Mr. Mo has done is every time he emerges from wherever he disappears off to, he has them do a chore. So they don't want to find him.
Yeah.
Now, I have been doing this for years. I have them help me clean up and everything, but they still want to find me.
See, I go back to my parents' philosophy whenever I'd be bored, they'd just look at me and go, "Well, I can give you something to do." And I would just run
Fair
away.
point. See? And my kids are like, "Mom's busy doing something, so she'll help me out with stuff."
Yeah. and then I adopted the principle of I'm in the middle of doing something, don't bother me. So
Ah,
I find things to do so I will not be bothered.
I need to do this. I
Mhm.
need to figure this out. I will crack this code. These
Mhm.
children will not come to me for the snack packs anymore.
How old are you? Open your own damn snack pack.
Well, and then poor youngest most feral. Okay, I know this is going to shock you, but given my skin complexion and the general Scandinavianness of Mr. Mo,
Mm-hmm.
my children require all the sunblock.
They
We're going to
make
have a Jerry
100.
Lewis telethon fairly soon to re-up our supply. I just take a roller. Now,
A paint roller. This way it goes on more evenly.
yeah, it's, I don't know. It is so, but then, oh gosh, what is it? The whole thing was just nuts. Oh, so youngest most feral, big sunburn. He's got these two right where his bra straps would go. I'm sure there's a medical term for you men. He's got these two
We
big
call them shoulders,
blisters.
Mo.
Well, whatever. Bra strap area, shoulders. I don't know. He's got two big old like blisters on there and
Ooh.
trying to okay, but youngest most feral has learned how to use this to his advantage.
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't help you. I've got blisters. I can't." And I'm like, no, you can sweep the floor. He's like, but mom, my little washcloths will fall off because we're trying to keep, you're not supposed to pop the blisters now. Apparently, my mom was doing it wrong all these years.
Yeah, same.
So you lay a like wet washcloth over it to just kind of keep everything there after you put aloe on. This little booger, we have the aloe in the refrigerator so it can be cold because when you're, got a sunburn, he's like, can you warm it up for me?
I never thought of doing that.
Well, you're not as pale as I am. You learn when the sun hates you.
I still fry with the best of them.
Well, so I had to tell Mr. Mo because he didn't realize that the spray sunblock, you have to apply it like every hour. He's like, oh, that's where we went wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, where have you been? Every time we would go to the pool together, I would have an alarm to spray these children down with stuff.
See, I'll
And
feel
he's
it. Like after, I'll spray myself. And then after a while, I'll feel myself start to cook a little bit. And I'm like, oh, got it.
we might try vinegar too, because he does not like the aloe. He's also dramatic. So if any kid should get, really large blisters, it's the one who, is like, I can't leave the couch. My shoulders hurt.
See, I'm kind of a, what would you call it? A sadist. Because I'll get a bad sunburn, and then my solution for it is I go take a hot shower to take all the sting out of it. Now, it hurts like hell, but then it goes away.
Ibuprofen really helps. I'm going to try the tea bags and the vinegar because right now he's like,
Vinegar does
I'm never
work.
going outside again. And I was like, I try to warn you, outside is bad.
We are a pale-skinned people, son.
Well, so
We
I
cannot go
also
out.
see, here's where the bad parent comes in for me because we have another feral story. And I kind of did want to say that the blisters on his shoulders were, a punishment for what he did earlier in vacation Bible school.
Oh, no.
Yes. So Monday, my lovely 3 boy children were, taken to vacation Bible school, and I got 2 hours alone by myself to be quiet. So I was like, you guys go love Jesus, have fun.
Yes.
My husband walks in, and all I hear is, you want to tell your mom what you did? Which I am pretending to be asleep because I don't want to be bothered. It's past 8 p.m. I don't want to know what, because I'm sure it's nothing good. Like, I'm sure he didn't, become translated like Lori. I'm sure it's something bad. So Mr. Mo
Especially at
walks in.
vacation Bible school.
Yeah. Do you want to know what team name my son decided for their Bible camp team should be?
What's that?
And then got his friends to chant it in the sanctuary.
Oh, no.
In front of the altar, cross everything. Apparently their team name was going to be D's Nuts. And because it was so funny, he got all the kids to chant D's Nuts in front of the Jesus altar. Wonderful.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm sure God laughed.
That's the only thing keeping me going right now. I'm like,
He's
God.
probably like, that's funny. Inappropriate, but that's funny.
I was just like, in church? And he's like, yeah, everyone liked it. D's Nuts. And I'm like, why? Why do I even try? Look, God, I am trying to raise biblical, nice, sort of good kids. And then this happens.
That always makes you feel good as a parent, when you've tried really hard and,
Yeah.
you think your children have grown up a certain way and have certain ideas and values. And then they pull crap like that. And it's just like, how did I fail? Where did I fail? Oh, crap. I have a sense of humor.
Yeah. I realized he hasn't learned that discernment. Well, yeah, at least it wasn't the hand job story because,
Yeah.
that's a different church. And I want to at least have different stories at all the churches we go to, I want to be ostracized by
Hey,
every
word's going to
community.
get around, Bo. They're going to be like, oh, it's that family.
Yeah, she cosplays as a Pentecostal, but then I watched her stream one day and she was talking about just really weird stuff. From me. I'm not gonna lie anymore. Look, I wanted a full Manchu slash handlebar mustache when I was 5. So in the event that anytime I did put someone on a railroad track, I could cackle evilly and
Twirl it. Yes.
twirl my mustache. So there is a reason I don't always show up on Sundays with Mr. Mo.
If I don't show up enough, they can't identify me.
Well, yeah, the door blood story is from their school. So not only do they go to VBS, we're really trying to bring home these values by sending them to a Shiite Christian school. Like the girls cannot show or knee, this is no.
Right.
Like we have to do beyond the fingertip test. Yeah, it was when he didn't quite understand what Passover was. Did I tell you that story, Volstorm?
No, I haven't heard this story.
So it was around Easter Passover time, and my son, youngest, most feral, bounding into the car at the end of school day, and he's like, "Have you gotten our door blood?" And being myself, I said, "No,
Ew.
we have like a door frame. I think that's what they call it with the wood stuff that goes around the door, but we don't have blood. Why do we need blood?" And the look he gave me was so reminiscent of the one I make when people are being stupid that I was a little affronted and very like, I was like, he has arrived.
Proud.
He's
yet.
found the gift. But it was directed at me, so he doesn't understand friendly fire yet.
Yes.
It's okay. I'll learn him. And he was like, "Mom, the door blood, so the angel of death doesn't come and kill us in our sleep. The door blood, duh." And I said, "Oh, you mean Passover?" He's like, "Yes. Do you have our Passover door blood?" Like I had forgotten to pick it up at Lowe's and Home Depot.
It's on the end cap, aisle 12.
Right next to the holy water holder.
Right next to the holy water. Yes.
And I was like, "Sweetheart, he's like, "No, you want one of us to die? You didn't go buy that." And I was like, no, it was an Old Testament thing. This is the New Testament. We've been saved. It doesn't work like that. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to ask Dad because maybe he knows. He fixes stuff. I mean, you don't do stuff around the house but clean."
God.
And I was like, "Well, it was lovely having 6 children. I guess one of them's out of the will." So I decide in my infinite wisdom and, well, look, I've been married a long time. I kind of like to see Mr. Mo squirm. So I didn't warn him about said question because, why not?
You're supposed to be a team, Mo. Come on.
Look, if I have to deal on my own, like one-on-one player with these kind of questions, his ass is going to have to learn how to do with this. So I didn't tell him anything, and he's like, "Are we going to Lowe's tonight?" To Dad or to his dad, and his dad's like, "No, we're not." He's like, "I guess you don't care about door blood either," and then stomped to his room.
That sounds like
And
such
I
a
shouldn't
kid
be
thing.
laughing as a parent.
You don't care either.
Because he definitely did think that one of us was going to be, shuffled off the mortal coil. But I was like, "Mr. Mo, I explained Martin Luther King to him. You get to take this one."
Martin Luther King.
I know you want to ask. So, Martin Luther King. Now, I credit teachers for trying to teach big concepts to kindergartners. But what I can tell you is that they are not historically accurate in the least, because what my young, most feral child got out of the entire Martin Luther King, day service and kind of stuff that they did in school was that we should eat and I'm going to say this very carefully, food that has the pigment or shade of black, and that
What?
people shot him because he wore black clothing. So when we were in the store and he decided to say, "Hey, it's Martin Luther King Day, we're going to get some shaded food," loudly
Wow.
in Walmart. And I'm like, well, gonna get shot. It's been a long day. But he honestly thought you eat like black licorice and, devil's food cake and
Oreos.
Oreos. Like, he completely didn't get the point. So I get that they're trying to teach all these concepts, but what my son got was that. So if you could possibly make it teachers so I don't have to have this complicated conversation while looking over my shoulder and checking my 6 in Walmart, that could be really great.
Somehow, I think you missed the mark here, Teach.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. Because I was just like, do what now? And he explained it. And it was so sweet the way he was explaining it, because he just saw a person, which is what we should really grab onto. But yeah, kindergartners do not get the kind of deeply, socio-political stuff that was going on then. He literally thought that it's because he wore a shirt of a wrong color outside.
That's okay. Wait till next year when when it happens again and he starts talking about how Martin Luther King was with his wife Lorraine, as opposed to the Lorraine Motel.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. I'm waiting on that one.
I hope not. We're starting to in the phase where I'm bruh, which is I'm not your bro. I'm not your bro. I
Bruh.
birthed you. I'm your
Bruh.
mom. And he's like, bruh. And I'm
That's
like,
all right.
first
I
of all,
went through
this is
that
not a
phase
Hootie
too.
and the Blowfish song. I don't want to hold your hand. And I'm not going to play, Call of Duty with you. Call me mother or mom. Bruh.
I'm not your friend. I'm your father
I'm your...
or mother.
Well, Florida's Python Challenge 2025. We missed it again, chat. I was hoping that we would be able to do this, start our own team, but looks like we're back to training for next year. Florida's annual Burmese Python hunt wrapped up Sunday, July 20th at 5 p.m., and the next phase of the 2025 competition will be the announcement of the winners, including a $10,000 grand prize recipient for the most pythons caught. I mean, what? Did they catch like 12 or something? I think we can beat them.
Okay, two things here. Number one, how's it gotten so bad to where you have to have a python hunt in Florida? And number two, are flamethrowers allowed?
Okay, Volstorm. Number one, have you read all the stories of Florida Man? We have to find constructive jobs for these people. And I think Python Hunter might be one of the few that is also open and doesn't check your background.
I stand corrected.
Those are those. And then flamethrower, I would think would be legal. I mean, you're in the wetlands.
That'd be
so it's
my
not like
weapon
it's
of
gonna start a
choice.
forest fire. Now, according to Lisa Thompson, spokesperson for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, this year's winners will be announced in a few weeks after the data's all been processed and verified. Okay, Maricopa County, like, it's a dead snake, you count it. I mean, I'm not a mathologist, but I don't think you need a tabulator 5000 to figure this out.
No.
Now, a total of $25,000 in prize money will be distributed to winners in 3 categories: professional, novice, and military.
They have categories.
Field Team 6. Got a bogey. I'm just imagining Hulk Hogan rising from the water to take out a python.
The winner gets $25,000. The loser was eaten by a python.
Well, I mean, it happens. This year's competition started at 12:01 a.m. on July 11th, and there were 8 competition locations.
So they're doing it in the dark. That's even better.
Yeah. Is that a swamp puppy or is that a snake? Well, both will kill you, but let's see. Yeah, I don't get this.
I caught a
Why?
python and a deer.
One was eating the other, but I counted it as a twofer. Actually, that would be a great way to get a deer out of season. Like it was already being attacked by the python, so I got the 12-point buck too.
Look, technically, I didn't kill it. The python
It was
did. I just field dressed it.
And there were 8 competition locations. Now, Thompson said that there were 933 total registered participants this year, coming from 2 countries, the US and Canada.
What?
Canada, we have our own fun. You stay up there and deal with moose.
What are the Canadians getting involved in this for? I could see if it was like Mexico, but Canada? Even Australia.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
for
get
them
why
it'd be
Canada. Last year, according to the Wildlife Conservation, 195 Burmese pythons were removed, and Ronald Kigler, with 20 Burmese pythons removed, was the grand prize winner in 2024. Now, Burmese pythons have wrought destruction in the Florida Everglades, and they've contributed to the decline of small mammals, including raccoons, possums, bobcats, fox, marsh rabbits, and cottontail rabbits.
and people.
Couldn't you have just said rabbits?
They're the dirty rabbits.
Also, I know I've said this before, but possums, if God, if you wanted to create an animal that we would love and respect, and I get that they do all the things for the environment and eat all of the, creepy crawlers,
Yeah.
but they look like an actual demon and they hiss. So possums are scarier than pythons to me, but that's just me.
So it was last week. I go out and a portion of the fence had been knocked down and I'm going to fix it. And all of a sudden I hear something. I'm like, what the hell is this? I look up and on top of my neighbor's fence is a possum. Now,
No.
you don't get a lot of possums around here. So it was kind of strange. And I'm just standing there watching it in awe, like, how the hell did you get up there? Number 2, why are you here? So I'm watching the little, he takes off down the fence line. He's like walking on top of the fence line. I mean, it's literally like less than an inch thick. And so I go inside to tell Diva, I go, you're never going to believe what I just saw. She goes, what? I go, there's a possum crawling on the top of a fence. She goes, is it still out there? And I go, I think so. So we go back out with the flashlight. The damn thing had crawled up in a tree and it just holed up there. And I'm just totally amazed by it. Like, why are you here, little fellow?
Yeah. Well, mine is generally what the possums tell me is, why are you trying to drive in this street? I was walking here.
Well, that's what blew my mind. I've never seen one like out like that. They're always dead
I know,
on the road.
I've only seen them street adjacent.
Yeah, yeah.
A recent study revealed that Burmese pythons can eat prey much larger than previously reported. Scientists observed a Burmese python swallowing a 77-pound white-tailed deer, nearly 70% of the snake's mass. The Florida Python Challenge is a 10-day competition that encourages participants to remove Burmese pythons from 7 commission-managed lands in South Florida. Now, according to the Wildlife Conservation, Department, the event is held to raise public awareness about the invasive species in Florida, like the Burmese python, and how they're a threat to the Everglades. Oh, so you could have gone to Southern Glades Wildlife Environmental Area, Big Cypress Wildlife Management Area, Everglades and Francis S. Taylor Wildlife Management, the Everglades National Park, Frog Pond. I mean, you catch frogs, I guess.
Of all
Holy Land, holy. Now, I'm a bad speller, but even I know holy is spelt wrong there.
of all the scary places you could go to in America, like New York, Chicago, Memphis. I would dare say that's the one place I would not step foot in, is the Everglades.
Yeah, or Holy Land Wildlife Management Area. I mean, if truth in advertising is to be believed, I don't want to go there. So the professionals can get up to $2,500 for the first prize. So it basically goes 2,500, or 1,500 for the runner up, and then the longest gets 1,000. That's what she said.
Ha! It's true.
Florida, you really are flirting this up, and I like it. Next season, girthiness.
Girth. Now it has
I
to
can
be.
just see
There has to be two categories for girth. There's natural
Thrower and
girth,
shower.
and then there is what you just swallowed girth.
I'm gonna find me one that just ate a deer. I'm winning
Yes.
this.
Uh-huh.
I'm working hard or smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they give you steps on how to humanely take out a python. What is this article?
Why would I humanely take it out? It's an
you
invasive.
catch
You
a
just
Burmese
said it's an invasive species. Why do I need to humanely take it out?
Volstorm, you need to listen to this. This is
Okay.
a law in Florida. If you catch a Burmese python in Florida, you must humanely take the life of the snake where it was captured.
How in the hell do you do that?
And these are the 2 steps that must be completed to take that python out humanely. Step 1, bold print. Target the brain.
Okay.
The application of a tool should immediately result in the python losing consciousness. Draw an imaginary line between each eye and the opposite jawbone. The brain is located where the 2 lines intersect. You are trying to have Florida people unalive a snake and try to do longitude and latitude of this.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Apply the tool to the target area, parentheses, the brain, to receive an immediate loss of consciousness. Step 2, bold print. Destroy the brain.
You cut the head off.
Immediately and substantially destroy the python's brain by manually pithing. Well, you make this all really simple, and then you put pithing, which is a word I don't know.
I think that means
But I'm
like
guess
aerate, stab repeatedly.
yeah, but I assumed we were all going out with force multipliers. I wasn't gonna take me a hammer with me.
So I'm one of those people that has watched multiple seasons of Swamp People. You know, watch them hunt gators. And one thing I found out was in Florida, they will not allow you to use a force multiplier to hunt alligators like they do in Louisiana.
So what do you hunt them with?
You have to use what is called a bang stick, which basically has a charge at the end of the stick, and you smack it on top of the head and it goes off and destroys the brain. Because the alligator has a soft spot. It's about the size of a quarter toward the back of its head, which is why whenever they're hunting them in Louisiana, they have to use small caliber pistols, rifles, whatever, because if you use anything bigger than that, then it's going to, the bone structures like armor. It'll just bing, it'll just bounce right off. But in Florida, you're not allowed to use just any old, hunting rifle, hunting pistol, whatever. You have to use what is called a bang stick to pop it right on the back of the head.
Well, that changes all my plans because I was going to find George Patton's, pearl handled, revolver.
Yes.
Well, damn, Florida, you give us all these fun field trip ideas, and then you're like, use a tool. And I'm like, I had one. You wouldn't let me for
I have
TSA.
one. You wouldn't let me.
Because what really scares the alligators is a gun-free zone. Which just terrifies the hell out of them.
They're terrified.
They're like, don't make me stay in, this dangerous place.
I don't think
Reason number 1203, I don't ride rides. And thank you, Granny Smith. Let me get my ticket.
Awesome.
Still working on having this whole good chair thing and then not being able to like spin around like a good office chair. And Mr. Mo said I couldn't attach roller skates wheels to the bottom of this chair because that's what I thought of as a solution, seeing as how I may or may not have bought roller skates when I thought I was going to do roller derby before I remembered that I didn't know how to skate, but I still bought them. Volstorm, I am trying to help this man. First of all, he says I have too much stuff, so I'm trying to get rid of stuff.
Right.
And then find new stuff that, I want to put in its place.
See, you have to take the rule of, okay, if I buy new stuff, I have to get rid of old stuff. If you
Fair
don't do
point.
that, it will pile up.
And I have been. It's not my fault I'm attracted to whiteboards and chalkboards. I had to make a deal because I found this really cool, like, planning whiteboard.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get it and it was 75% off. And I don't know if Diva's like this, but anything over 50% is a hell's yes.
Yeah.
Regardless of if I need it or not, or if I would ever in my life, use a glow in the dark, whatever, it is still like 70% off. And I could need it one day.
Yeah, that does happen around here.
So
I'm usually the one that goes, do we really need it though?
yeah, but then we start justifying in the store and you just get tired of listening to us.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, it's exactly what happens.
no, because it'll go in that one spot with the thing and I have it planned and I just need to get this, and this, and it will work perfect.
It's always, well, we could do this and this and this. And I'm sitting there thinking in the back of my mind, yeah, we're never going to do this, and this. But what the hell? All right.
Fair point. I mean, Mr. Mo has his own things where like he'll show me, things that I'm looking at from IKEA or different things like, I can make that for you. And I was like, yeah, but Amazon promises this will get here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the
But
table
Amazon
that you were
says
gonna
this will show
architecture
up
me.
intact.
He does a great job, but I don't know it. We don't have the time for him to have a woodworking shop right now.
Look, I'm the one that fixes stuff around here. I'm the one that puts stuff together. But at the same time, I'm also lazy. So that's the problem.
Well, yeah, like I made biscuits and gravy and hash browns yesterday, and my kids, like I've never fed them in the 13 intervening years. Yes, mom has cut back on cooking in the last year, but they're like, are you making biscuits and gravy with real biscuits? I was like,
With real biscuits.
what are fake biscuits? And they're like, I don't know. We just didn't know we had biscuits. It's like, why would I make sausage gravy without biscuits?
Hey, I grew up on canned biscuits, so my mom would make gravy of a morning, and then we'd cook the canned biscuits, and we were good to go. So,
hey, we cooked the canned biscuit, and Mr. Mo and I have been having this fight about this oven because it has not worked right in 3 years. We finally paid the money, got it to work right, and it's still not heating up properly. And Mr. Mo, yesterday, as I'm cooking stuff and going in the kitchen, he keeps going by the stove and looking up at it from like a bottom angle. And he's like, that burner just hadn't turned on yet. You're right. And I was like, that's because it's the broiler. And he's like, well, what's that? And I was like, that's what I do when, I put the melty cheese on the French onion bacon soup. And I put it in there and then it's hot and I tell you not to touch it and you burn yourself. That's the broiler.
that's where
And he's
it
like,
just cooks from the top.
yeah.
to
He's like,
melt
I was
all the
wondering why
stuff.
that never went on. Chilling tilt roller coaster malfunctions again, and guests are left dangling 160 feet in the air. Yeah, no.
No.
Cedar Point amusement park ride Siren's Curse previously broke down mid-tilt on its opening day in June 28th.
What lived up to its name? Curse.
Can we call it the Nancy Grace? Because, I mean, she reminds me of Ursula. Tell me she doesn't look like Divine.
She
I mean, because
does.
Divine was Ursula, and then you'd paint her. That's what I never understood about the live action Little Mermaid. Why did you hire Melissa McCarthy when you had Nancy Grace and all you needed to do was paint her up like the Kool-Aid Man?
Well, the live action Little Mermaid, I have another problem that has been an ongoing problem with the fact that redheads continue to be replaced.
Yes.
It's just a continuation of that, and I'm getting sick of it. As a
be
known
fair-
redhead lover, yeah, I have a problem.
Well, studios couldn't afford the SPF protection for Bryce Daniel Howard, so, you know, it is what it is. They're like, oh no, Jessica Chastain, we only have SPF 400.
Yeah.
And she was going to be in the water, and it was just like, no, we can't.
Yeah.
Now, once the issue, and they were only left on there in this, 160 feet, 45-degree tilt for about 20 minutes.
Only 20 minutes.
Oh my God. You know what's worse is I realized that if I were stuck on this ride, I would be stuck with one of those people that want to talk.
Yeah.
Like that don't see the earbud in your ear and realize that you are actively trying to not people.
Either that or you would be next to the person that would totally freak out.
Oh yeah. And I'd have to do the hostage negotiator
And be like-
negotiator thing. Like, deep breath. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. I'm not used to being the calm one, so this is a new thing for me too.
This is new for me. Yeah, I'm more the agitator. I'd be like, will you shut up? Shut up. There's nothing you can do.
Oh no, my kids, they call it the hostage negotiator voice because they'll call me. Like my middle daughter called me one day. Her car had broken down on the side of the road and she was kind of Twitter-pated. So I was like, okay, take deep breath, calm down. I'll stay with you. She was 5 minutes away from home. So,
Right.
but I was like, okay, don't open your doors. Mr. Mo is coming, even if it's a cop, ask to see his ID. And she's
Right.
like, Mom, you don't have to talk to me like we're in hostage negotiation. I'm like, look, this is my calm voice and I don't get to use it very often, damn it.
It's like this. You either get the calm hostage negotiator or you get the yelling parent. Now, which do you prefer?
Yeah. And then Mr. Mo is like, why are you staying on the phone with her? I'm like, because she's alone and she's our teenage daughter and I'm just giving her moral support until you get there.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I told her I was going to be there.
Yeah, but when you're a kid.
I was like, but I also do true crime and I'm keeping that phone on in case I have to call 911 for someone or yell at someone over the phone. Now, once the issue was resolved, those on board continued with the nearly 3,000 feet of twists and turns with a top speed of 58 miles per hour. Still not as scary as a teen driver.
No. Not
Now,
even
the
close.
park did not immediately respond to people's request for comment, but a spokesperson, Tony Clark, told the Akron Beacon Journal that the coaster's safety system performed as designed. The ride was restarted and guests continued their ride. Well, that's like saying the Titanic went really well until they hit that iceberg. Then shit kind of went foobar. But we had a really good cruise before then.
Up until then, everything was fine.
Despite the fire, the Hindenburg was a great success. Now, this, again, as I said, this isn't the first time this has happened. It did happen on, the opening day with this ride. So, no idea. I wouldn't go. Akron, Akron. Look, I can't say words. That's why I picked a medium in which I would have to be articulate. I do make bold choices with this strategy. I do. And in a story that I think will require us all to possibly hope that final form Jesus is on his way, we have this one for you guys. This one is crazy.
The key keep its grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
This is why I'll always be a showbiz girl, not a Chuck E. Cheese. He's a fink. A rat
I
fink,
saw
if you
this.
will. They didn't make him take the furry head off. He's like,
That's
look, I'm
the
already
best
embarrassed.
part. I'm like, Chuck E. Cheese got arrested. What? And I'm like, oh my God, he's still in full costume as they take him to the cop car. That's hilarious.
I guess they didn't want to traumatize the kid
Yeah.
in there because it looks like 5 kids and they're all of an age where they would probably find the arrest more funny.
Chuck E. Cheese busted with the cocaine.
Hey, I'd actually go there. You know, they do serve booze now. Only thing that they've gotten better with.
Okay. Quick story. So, Expert and I had a buddy of ours that had just turned 21. All right. And we tell him, we're going to take you. Basically, we give him the idea we're taking him to a strip club for his birthday. We blindfold him. Okay. We're driving around a little bit so he doesn't quite know where he is. We pull into the parking lot. We bring him in, set him down at the table, and then take the blindfold off at the Chuck E. Cheese.
I love how this story could also end in a felony. Like,
Yes.
like
We're
how
like, what?
drunk
They
was
have
your
beer?
friend already that he trusted Expert and you to blindfold him.
Well, that was his mistake, but that's not my problem.
I'm just asking, was he sober at the time? Because I feel
I don't remember.
so. A man wearing a full Chuck E. Cheese costume.
just like a Massachusetts state policeman. I don't remember. I can't recall.
I wasn't. It was a fugue memory. I was in a fugue state.
I was in a fugue state.
It was a misremembered memory.
We were all responsible.
So, a man wearing a full Chuck E. Cheese costume was let out of a Florida restaurant in handcuffs yesterday by police who arrested him on felony charges. As several children looked on, Jermel Jones, 41, was collared by cops inside the Tallahassee eatery where kids can reportedly be a kid. Just can't pay his bills. Now, before the restaurant worker, seen at the right, was stuffed into a squad car, police eventually removed his oversized furry mouse head, which you think they would have done before they tried to get him out the doors.
Yeah.
You know the thing, the cop's face is like, this still isn't the craziest shit I've seen all day today.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, as detailed in a probable cause statement, a woman told the police that her child support via a Visa debit card had recently been stolen by a Chuck E. Cheese employee who had used the card for purchases at smoke shops, Circle K, got to get you a Polar Pop with felonious money.
For real.
I mean,
that's the best tasting ones.
supermarkets, and Whataburger. Michelle Allen, the complainant, said that she regularly visits Chuck E. Cheese, and the last time she had her card in her possession was at her child's June 28th birthday party at the restaurant / Fun Emporium.
Free Chucky.
Fun Emporium. No. In a bit of amateur sleuthing, Ellen went to one of the businesses where her card had been fraudulently used and asked to see the store's surveillance corresponding to that date and time. Upon viewing the security footage from Don's Grocery and Meats, okay, why not? Sure, Don's Groceries and Meats. Ellen told the cops that she immediately recognized the suspect as an employee at Chuck E. Cheese's. He would have gotten away with it if he never took the damn furry costume off. See, he decided to move on up and stop being, Chuck E. Cheese, and that's how they caught him.
Did the cops pull a Scooby-Doo before they put him in the truck? Let's see who's behind the mask.
Oh man, Marsh, you didn't want that new showbiz going in. You did,
And I would have
plant
gotten
the
away with
ghosts
it
in there.
if it hadn't been for you kids.
The cops yesterday went to the restaurant and asked the worker if Jones, who they had identified as the suspect, was working that day, to which the employee said he's the one in the mouse suit. Quoted. After confirming that he was in fact wearing the mascot costume, a cop told Jones, "Chucky, we need you to come with me, Chucky," before struggling to get him handcuffed. What is this story?
That would be a little difficult, yeah. Because those mouse hands just slide right off.
Jones denied swiping the victim's visa, saying he had found someone's credit card at work, and he would have turned it, if he had found it, true Chuck E. Cheese honor, he would have, returned it to Chuck E. Cheese and not kept it for himself. However, I just
happened to find this card, and I thought, well, I don't want somebody else stealing the money from this, so I'll do it.
Turned up the Visa card in Alan's name and a receipt for a July 22nd purchase made with the stolen plastic.
Jeez.
So you put on this great disguise and had the stolen credit card in your civilian pants?
It'd have been funnier if they'd have found the card in the costume.
He was booked
Chucky's
into
a
the
felon.
jail. That's why I guess all mice are kind of evil, because you've got Disney, which is a mouse and he's evil. You've got Chuck E. Cheese, who beat out Showbiz, my better and greater, fun emporium of my childhood.
Love Showbiz. Yeah.
Showbiz was great. They had bears. It was like the country bear jamboree. I felt at home. I mean, we had the guy with the, moonshine, and he was a doot, 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 doot. I felt at home, like my Appalachia was there. I felt respected and seen.
See,
what do you get with Chuck E. Cheese?
See, the first time I ever went was I went to the Chuck E. Cheese in Nashville. And
okay,
then,
Fievel was good. I will give you that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But I went to the one in Nashville, and then they brought in a Showbiz pizza here in Knoxville, and I'm like, what is this? And I actually liked it better.
Well, so I think I've seen my new way to get me that hover bike. The Lord, you ask and the Lord delivers. I'm just going to need to upcharge, and if this doesn't work, bathwater. A wife is blasted for making husband's lunches and then charging him for them. Put money in my pocket instead. Or you could just be married and treat each other like adults. But I mean, hey, if you get paid, get paid. Make that money, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's beside the point.
One savvy wife sparked an online debate for her decision to charge her husband for making his lunches every day. Ray, a mom of two, who is now self-employed, creating social media. Oh, goddamn. She sounds like me.
Of course.
Look, just because you take on a new hobby doesn't mean you stop being a wife.
Well, here's the thing. What was her reaction when he started giving her the bill for rent?
Let's see. That's the next Snapped episode I get to watch.
Uh-huh. I'm going to start charging you for making your lunch. I'm going to start charging you rent and utilities.
Yeah, I get if she feels like she's not being, no, actually I don't. This is just part of being in a family.
Yeah.
Now, she often chronicles her life on TikTok. Oh, full of self-absorbed people who also think they don't they are entitled
Uh-huh.
to everything and don't have to do anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this makes sense. Now, in the clip with over 200,000 views, Ray is making a yummy looking salad for her man's lunch. I wouldn't pay for a fucking salad. Like, heifer, I don't know who you are, but you better be making me a baconator. Ask me, charge me money. Not even
Look,
making me
McDonald's
good food,
doesn't
making
charge
me a
me
damn
this much.
salad.
I'm just saying.
Now, basically what she says is I charge my partner 11 pounds or 13.52 a day to make his 13.52. Hell, I'll make his damn lunch for $10.
Wait, she's British?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If he's going to spend 10 pounds on McDonald's or Greg's or whatever it may be and put money into a stranger's pocket, why not put the money into my pocket instead? You're missing the point, you absolute muppet. Not to mention, that was not $14 worth of work, and you're using iceberg lettuce? Ew. I can chop me up some crap. I mean, even Meghan Markle can chop up some crap. I'm not paying you $13. Nice try.
I'd be like, honey, you already know I don't eat what my food eats. So why are you giving me a salad?
Pay the woman you love for lunch. That way everyone's happy, he's fed and happy, and I'm paid and happy. Or, now I know this is going to be rocket science, but follow me on this because this is what I do. I make a meal plan, and when I was cooking, I would cook leftovers knowing that Mr. Mo would take them to work.
Yes.
Or at the beginning of the week, Mr. Mo would say, hey, you know that rice dish I really like? If you can make a double serving, so I could take that to lunch. And then now I realized I lost the opportunity to look deeply into his eyes and say, where's my money, bitch?
Where's my bitch? Better have my money. Have we gotten
Gotta
away
get
from
paid.
the concept? Have we gotten away from the concept of leftovers? I mean,
Leftovers don't
there are people
survive
that
in my
will
house.
absolutely not eat leftovers, and I lived on it.
I like leftovers. I can't ever keep anything I like to eat in stock. That's the problem. Like, I'll make myself, like, I don't know how I love how I'm like, you better make your man some meal. But then Mr. Mo tries to, hone in on a little bit of the soup I made myself. And I'm like, are you a new hire? Are you confused?
Why are you judging my food?
Are you unaware of the level of crazy that happens when Mo is hangry? I would not try that. Yeah, so just it's called taking care of one another. And if it works for their family, him paying her $10 so she can feel useful, that's fine. But marriage isn't a tally score. I did this for you, so you now have to do this for me. And if that's how you're looking at it, well, good luck in divorce court.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. This one pisses me off because I'm just like,
It is absolutely aggravating because, you'll hear people, a lot of feminists especially, bitch about, well, that's not my job, blah, 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 blah. Well, in my house, there is no set job. One does one thing, one does the other. If we have to trade off, we do. We just take care of each other. We take care of the family. We don't worry about whose responsibility is what. Now, like, I'm the only one really that, takes the garbage out, stuff like that,
because
which is
that
not a
is
big
the rule. God, see,
right.
One of the tablets was lost when Moses was walking down, and he figured, 10's a round number. But the 11th commandment was only men with dangly bits have to take out the trash. It really
I thought it was thou shalt not get caught. That's what I was always told as a kid.
Well, I mean, that's the 11th and 12th,
Yeah.
but like you said, he lost the attachments. Yeah. So, and I will say it's this entitlement thing. And this is supposed to be a fun Friday thing, but I'm getting really tired of women wanting all the entitlements and not any of the responsibilities. And also, for the people that want to bitch at Baker for being a misogynist, why don't they ever come after me? I'm the biggest misogynist in the like cue when they're always going after Valhalla and Baker, and I'm like, I'm the biggest misogynist I know.
Exactly. I know more women that are bigger misogynists than I am.
And Rickle64, thank you for being a member for 1 month. We can talk about it after you make me a sandwich. I like that one.
See, I just learned a long time ago. It's just better for me to come across as an asshole. Then that way I don't have to worry about all that stuff. As you get to know me, you find out, okay, maybe he's not as much. But, I figured the initial impression needs to be this guy's an asshole.
Okay, now I'm going to read this quote from this chick in a voice I find most appropriate. I had this like moment before I got married and through a lot of conversations with my husband now to where I realized, that like I want to be a traditional woman, but I want like also to work and stuff. So I want to rebuild my nuclear family, but get paid for it. Or you could just be a nuclear family. You know what I didn't see a bunch of women do during, World War II and rations? Bitching. They were in the factories. They were doing the job. They weren't like, I don't want to have to wear pants. And I know you guys are like fighting on two fronts and stuff, but I really would like my nylons back. No, they just whipped out an eyeliner and, drew on the back of their pant or their legs and went on with life.
I feel like this is yet another one of those moments where I have to tell people if you're looking to get on social media, especially YouTube, to become rich and famous, you won't. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's not how it works at all.
Don't tell me that. That's the only lie that's getting me through my holiday card where I'm lying to myself. Now my mom's not lying for me.
Yeah, but you're
about how my
actually
life is going.
successful. That's different. You put in the work.
I try. I don't know what to do with this particular headline other than I feel bad for this person. But, I have a horrendous, embarrassing odor thanks to a bizarre medical condition I've had since birth.
I can't say any of the jokes I want to say. None of them.
As if growing up in one of Chicago's most dangerous neighborhoods wasn't enough, Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates.
I didn't know he was black.
Well, the 80s lied to me.
Same.
For being born with a rare condition that causes a foul odor to ooze from his pores. Ugh. I was already getting bullied a lot in school based on how I looked and how my condition made me very skinny, Hall 23 told the Post. I would try to act normal, but kids would point it out, and it was kind of embarrassing. I mean, honest to God, you get one stinky boy out of 900 who are just covering themselves with Axe. I'd rather have the body funk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gastroschisis affects nearly 1 in every 2,400 babies in the U.S., where they're born with their intestines outside of their body because the abdominal the abdominal wall didn't form in the womb. So they're not clear what causes it, but basically this little guy, look, he's 23, he's still a little guy to me, was born with his intestines outside of his body. So they were able to, put it back in, but he's always going to have this thing. Now, it would seem though that you wouldn't go to school to become a chef. Like, I'm not telling anyone how to have their journey to whoever they are. But if you have a not so great smell coming out of you, how are you going to know if it's you or the food?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just asking a question.
No, I think it's a fair point. Because, you're trying to smell the food and taste the food and everything. And if, you may become nose blind to it, but your sous chef standing next to you is probably going to have a problem.
And I'm glad that he was able to find something he likes, and it looks like he raps too, but the chef part threw me.
Yeah, a little bit.
But hey, if he's living his best life, and Dan Davis has electricity again, so we can all celebrate
Awesome.
margaritas at Dan's house. We're gonna go cut us some or hunt us some pythons.
Oh my goodness.
Humanely, though.
He has been with that power for, it feels like damn near a year.
I know.
I'm so happy
And
he's got his power back. That's so awesome.
I know. And Audio Coffee is right about flipping time. Well, I don't know if her mother is going to be embarrassed of her or proud of her, but I have a feeling like as a mom, I just don't know where I would fall on this. A Virgin Only Stars fan or OnlyFans star, Sophie Rain, explains how much she's making despite keeping her clothes on. I don't know if I should encourage this or be confused about it.
Interesting.
Let's see. Blingin' in the Rain. A Florida OnlyFans star, Sophie Rain, has boggled the minds of some viewers after receiving an eye-popping amount of money that she's earned to date, allegedly without, doing the smexiness or even showcasing, her bits at all. To be fair, you don't need to show much when you're in a skin-tight, lycra suit.
You're not leaving much to the imagination anyway.
Yeah, it's not like it's interpretive. I pretty much know all about you, and I never even met you now. Now, allegedly, since starting her account just in July 2023, the Miami-based model has amassed a mind-boggling $80 million. I give up. What have I done with my life? Just kidding. Try having 6 kids and wear one of those unitard things. It's just 6 children does not a strong bladder make. And then also, ladies, can we talk about these romper situations? All right. I am this close to buying some of those plastic buttons that they used to put in little toddler clothes and making myself a tearaway flap. Because to get out of them things to use a public restroom, you are basically standing nude trying to keep this thing from touching the gross, grody floor. And I'm already handicapped and a spaz. So I can't do all of this. Ended up trying to get some toilet paper, dropped trow, and I'm now naked in a Walmart restroom.
You have to design it like a pair of long johns, where it's got the back flap that you unbutton. Yeah. Like granimals. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I got me some of them because they're comfortable, but I'm putting in a flap. I'm putting in a pee flap.
For real?
I kid you not. Look, I didn't realize all the logistics of this and gravity until I was in said Walmart restroom, nude, trying to pull up the romper and, not drop the toilet paper and try not to be horrified my own self. And note to whoever was in the Walmart restroom with me, I was having a self-motivational talk. So I appreciate that you were wanting to chime in, but generally if I heard the line pop out of someone's mouth, from the stall next to me, can't believe I'm naked in a Walmart restroom because of this stupid ass romper, I wouldn't feel the need to, chime in. But she's like, "Oh, sweetie, it'll be okay. I just washed these floors." And I was like, "No,
it doesn't help."
No,
it's like it's like if you're in a hospital and you drop something on the floor, it's gone. It doesn't matter what it is, it's gone.
No, and I was just like, "Good night, nurse." I was talking to myself, the only person I trust in this restroom. Like, we don't even know each other. And I don't want to know you right now. And I don't mean that meanly. I'm sure you're a lovely person, but I was really having this private freak out about being nude in the Walmart bathroom by myself. Thank you.
See, I don't know how it is in the women's restroom, but in the guys' restroom, we don't talk to each other at all. There's just a code.
Oh, see, I always figured you did like the, Left-handed.
No.
Interesting.
No.
I always picked you as a righty.
No. No,
So you
that's
just
not what
like don't
happens at
talk to
all.
each other at all, but you're so
No.
close to someone. Like, do you just say
No.
like, "Meh," or do you do the
No.
head thing, or you don't
And,
acknowledge them at all?
and we also have the, you know, provide there is room. You leave a urinal between yourself and another person. There has to be
Oh,
distance. We don't. No. If there's, let's say there's 5 of them and there's one dude in one urinal, you move a space over.
oh.
You don't
Well,
get
that
next to
makes
him.
sense.
Yeah.
I get confused when people do that at the movie theater. I can imagine doing it at a urinal
Yeah.
because I'm like, I
Course,
don't know you.
for the
This theater is empty. Why are you sitting next to me?
yeah, here's the other one. For the longest time at the University of Tennessee in the football stadium, we didn't have a urinal. We had a huge trough. So imagine something about the size of a cast iron wash tub, and you have a bunch of dudes just standing around it peeing. That's the way it was for
Oh,
up until maybe 5 years ago.
ew. Just ew.
Yeah, but when you're a kid growing up and going in there, you think, oh, okay, this is just what we do. You don't realize how nasty that is until much later.
Knowing my youngest, most feral, he would think it would be a water fountain.
Uh-huh.
Now, Rain, 20 years old, says that making $80 million is unbelievable. It's hard to put into words how I feel about it. I'm really blessed and fortunate. Now, the Skinfluencer, who is among the 0.01% earners on the platform, says she's made the lion's share of her income from devoted fans on platforms like Instagram, where she, well, boasts $7.4 million. Well, I mean, I could show under boob too, but it's just closer to my, well, navel region, and, crop tops just don't stretch that far.
They need a. Let's see how much a Victorian era model would do. Oh,
I'm
she
going to do
showed some
only
ankle.
ankles.
Only ankles.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you're attractive. Men, you realize that you're not talking to her when you chat at her on these things, right?
What? I've wasted all that money?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm playing Miss Cleo from 3 to 4, and then this chick from 5 to 6. I have 6 kids to put through college. So if you do want to chat at us, Miss Cleo might sound a little different, but I got kids to put through college.
Yeah, if that's
Oh,
her OnlyFans, she's not leaving much to the imagination. So, and
we
and
do
I
have
seriously
one.
doubt she's a virgin.
I'm not
Just
going to
saying.
check.
No.
We do have one for Lord Chippy, mostly because this one is a story I just couldn't say no to.
Yes.
They're our skin, they steal our grace. These monsters wear a human face. No gavel, no badge, no throne, no crown can stop Lord Chippy from burning them down. Justice ain't fast, justice ain't clean. It's a long, sharp road through the in-between. So raise your fists and light your flames. Chippy's coming and he don't play games.
There is something very wrong with the symmetry of this man's head.
Oh goodness.
I could hear
Yeah.
them laughing and making fun of me. Sir, your face is all wonky. I mean, it is what it is. A man took the life of his quote-unquote traitor wife and son, then fell asleep during negotiation with police officers. Please don't let it be Indiana. Please don't let it be Indiana. And it's Kansas.
Phew. Dodge
But
that
I
bullet.
do have relations in Kansas, so I do need to check that family newsletter real quick, right quick. A Kansas man who took the life of his wife and adult son and a neighbor's dog. Oh, hell no.
What?
Will all
Okay, he
but
deserves Lord Chippy for that alone.
Yes, will all but assuredly spend the rest of his life in prison. We could shorten that. I mean, python hunt, convict hunt. I think we can achieve something here, Florida. Work
He gets
with
put
me.
out in the Everglades without the bang stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd Donovan, 54, pled guilty in April on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of cruelty to animals. On Tuesday, he was given a hard 50. Sir, be looking forward to that. It's both what you're sentenced to and what's going to happen in Gen Pop.
Yeah.
So, meaning that he will serve 50 years in prison and 50 prison boyfriends, I guess. Now, the charges originated from a spree of violence that occurred last November. On November 1st, a Friday, at about 8:20 p.m., officers at the Lenexa Police Department arrived at a home on Halley Street in the city, where they were called about an armed disturbance. And when they arrived, they heard multiple gunshot, coming from the area of the residence. Now, a negotiation between officers and the suspect broke out and lasted several hours. Lenexa officers spoke on the phone with the individual suspected of firing the shots, an adult male, and learned that he was inside the residence. However, the suspect, later revealed to be Donovan, refused to comply with officers' requests to come out peacefully. After about 2 hours of the negotiation, he reportedly stopped talking altogether. At around 1:50 a.m., over 5 hours after police arrived and following 3 other agencies joining in the barricade operation, a specialized unit with the Lenexa Police Department forced its way into the home and apprehended Donovan. Now, he was taken to a nearby hospital on a possible OD. Inside the home, police located Sheila Donovan, 52, and Tyler Donovan, 22, who had both suffered fatal gunshot wounds. Now, as part of the investigation, authorities discovered that a neighbor's dog was also shot and killed around the same time as officers responded to this initial call. Now, according to court documents reviewed by Kansas City CBS affiliate KCTV, he stopped talking to crisis negotiators and he had walked out of his home with his hands in the air and tossed the rifle from his garage. But he reportedly, decided against this. He had to take a Xanax to calm down. So he went outside.
Maybe you should have taken the
himself.
Xanax hours before. I'm just saying.
Well, and he didn't have any Xanax, so he took 30 Ambien. He was very, very Twitter-pated.
Again, should have been done hours before.
Yeah. He then stopped speaking to law enforcement, but his phone remained on, with court records showing that authorities could hear him snoring in the background. He would have gotten away with it if he hadn't started snoring. Sleep apnea kills. Now, in the chaos of that November night, Todd Donovan is said to have called his brother Aaron Miller and threatened to take his own life. Aaron told law enforcement that the defendant said, "I just took out my family. They thought I was sleeping, but I could hear them laughing and making fun of me, so I took them out," according to court documents. Then he reportedly entered a neighbor's home and took out their dog.
Why the
No,
dog?
Why the dog? Like, even Son of Sam, the dog Sam, got to live. Like, what the hell, dude? I mean, you're a gross, disgusting person, and hard 50 seems like it's gonna be what you're gonna be living with.
Like, was the dog laughing at him like the one from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Yeah, where he has his hand over his mouth and he's laughing. Yeah.
I know, and he laughs like a lifelong smoker.
Yes,
with
yes.
emphysema. He's like, I love that. I love the laughing dog from Hanna-Barbera. So he will get the, 50 years, and the default sentence is that that he will receive when anyone, committed premeditated first-degree murder after July 1st, 2014. So they have changed this to, if you do premeditated first-degree murder in Kansas, you will get sent to a hard 50. And
if I was his defense attorney, I would have pushed for second degree. Sound like a crime of passion to me.
No. I just want to dress him up as Chuck E. Cheese and run him through the Everglades. Because all I want is that Tommy Lee Jones moment. Like, The one-armed man killed my wife. I don't care.
I
You're
didn't
coming
do
with
it.
me.
I don't care.
I know. Like the most badass line ever, and kind of true to our judicial system of late.
Facts.
It is that time of the morning, but first we do have this story because I asked the Lord for absurd questions since I had to do
Yes.
all these sentencings.
Yes.
A couple was arrested for a mile-high sex act.
Oh, come
Oh, and
on.
it was in front of a mother and her kids.
Oh,
It gets-
well, that would be a problem.
It gets better. A married Connecticut couple is now facing felony charges after joining the Mile High Club on a blue jet or jet blue flight.
Oh,
Like taking
of
Spirit.
all the, it's not even Delta or United or American Airlines. JetBlue? How
You might
did
as
you
well go
find the
do it in-
room?
You should have just gone and done it in a Waffle House. It'd be just as tawdry
It'd have been cleaner.
and on the ground. Also, I mean, don't you generally go to like the washroom in order to try to do this, not like in your row?
Yeah, you don't. The purpose isn't to do it out in public. It's to sneak off and. So I've heard.
Trista Riley, 42, and Christopher Arnold, 43, were traveling to Sarasota, Florida from John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York when they allegedly engaged in lewd and lascivious exposition. Or no, exhibition.
What position?
Look, it's a big word, exhibition.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the exposition. I'm like, what is that? I'm not familiar.
You have Google, look it up. Dan Davis said, all this time I thought that the trough was a wishing well and you keep the change that you pee on.
No,
You know-
I mean, if you peed on it, it's yours. That's a rule.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's a rule in our house. If you pee on it, it is yours. Thank you, Dan Davis. Now, the flight attendant told cops that several youths and their mother had witnessed this, activity on board JetBlue Flight 168 JFK to Syracuse, or to Sarasota. Now, when Brian Zepp, a JetBlue attendant, walked to Miss Riley's seating area on the 25th row, he witnessed her making up and down motions with her head while she was face down in Mr. Arnold's lap.
Oh, okay. Now we know what happened. That's why you asked for the blanket.
Well, yeah, and I mean, did the pilot have, you have to have your seatbelt tightened? Because, I mean, that's the only time that your tray has to be in the forward and locked position. So they didn't
And
have
did they
enough
move
room
the
to keep the
armrest
tray
out of the
down.
way? Was it one of the armrests that would actually move? I'm just trying to think of the logistics here, okay?
Well, also, why wouldn't you just do a handy when that's not as noticeable as a
Right.
mouthy?
Right. That's why you tell them, oh, we're both cold. Can we have blankets?
Yeah. Now, cops noted that further investigation indicated that Riley was seen by two underage youths performing a mouth hug and doing said handy. So apparently the hand was employed as well.
Ah, okay. Okay.
She is a voter of Mo. She believes in the vocational arts.
Believes in hand jobs for everybody.
In a witness statement, a female passenger who was flying with her two young children said that during takeoff, she spotted a woman, later identified as Riley, giving hand help to her male companion. Now, she noticed that my two kids were watching and didn't stop. After that, she lay down on him like she was doing a mouth hug. Now, Riley is a medical receptionist and Arnold is a general contractor. They were arrested upon the flight's arrival in Sarasota. Now, the duo who live in Danbury, Connecticut, where they booked were booked into county jail. They were freed Monday. Prosecutors agreed to the couple's release on their own recognizance while they investigate jurisdiction. The
Interesting.
Sky Marshals to the rescue.
Did it? I was fixing to say, is it? They trying to determine what state they were flying over when it happened. So,
That's all I can figure. And we do have one more. Because, dear Lord, these stories do not quit. Ad exec arrested for going full R. Kelly. Yes, that's
Oh,
right.
dear
Golden
Lord.
showers. And, mugshot, I'm going to say probably. In the Florida version of a golden shower, I don't even want to know how even more degenerate a golden shower in Florida would be. Just imagine goats.
hot.
A New York advertising executive was arrested early Saturday for allegedly urinating from a rooftop bar. Onto
Oh, come
several
on. Who
unwitting
hasn't done
victims.
that? I'm the only one? Oh, okay.
Let's see. Now, Matthew Day, 30, was busted for disorderly conduct following a 1:30 a.m. incident at The Landing, a downtown St. Petersburg night spot that describes itself as an elevated hangout balcony bar. Well, then you could just tell people that they need to hang out with their wang out and become the Golden Showers bar. I mean,
Change
think
it to
about
the
this
golden
marketing.
shower.
How close is it to Fire Island? Because I feel like we could have a tourism thing going here.
See, I feel like this guy should get a pass because it's probably some dive bar. He would.
I mean,
he
to be
wasn't
fair,
thinking.
it's probably the only time he's taken his wiener out without shame. So I do feel kind of bad, like punishing him.
How much distance did he get on that? I'm just
I know. I
curious.
kind of want to know the arc and the hang time now. I need Aperture to come investigate this.
God. They're bringing blue paint with
Judson,
them.
I'm gonna need you to stand right here, and I'm gonna throw blue paint in a super soaker. We're gonna figure this out.
I'm gonna throw this paintbrush, and we're gonna see where it hits you.
You sunk my battleship. B-12.
B12.
Cops charged that Day entered a rooftop bar with his schmeckle out of his shorts and then urinated from the balcony onto the sidewalk below. Several passerby were struck with urine. Now, security spotted Day relieving himself and escorted the defendant out of the bar into police custody. A criminal complaint which noted that Day showed an indication of alcohol influence does not address if the victims peed upon received medical treatment. Or like a Tide stick or a Tide Pod, at least. Like some of them laundry sprinkles. You'd think like just something.
Or a wet nap or something.
Yeah. Like, sorry you got peed on. Here's a Mai Tai and a Long Island iced tea. Now, Day, as seen above, was arrested and charged for disorderly conduct on the premises of a licensed establishment, a misdemeanor, and released from jail on a $500 bond. Now, he is a Penn State grad and is the co-founder of Ribeye Media.
Okay.
Okay. And head of client success, according to LinkedIn. But we know you all lie on LinkedIn. Founded in 2023, Ribeye offers cutting-edge programmatic advertising solutions tailored for local media marketplace. He too is getting scrubbed off the LinkedIn as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aperture will hire him.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we've got match the arrestee with their alleged weapon. We have come to that time of the show.
Oh my goodness.
I don't see my youngest, most feral, so I don't know why there's a Lego on here. Although of all of the weapons shown, I'm most afraid of the Lego.
That is the most dangerous one.
Also, can we talk about the Manson lamps on scary young Asian or scary young angry Caucasian male on the end? Because
I think the guy that's the in the orange jumpsuit, the balding guy, I think he's the plunger.
I'm going to go ahead and say Flying Pegasus, lady
Yeah.
with scary eyebrows.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the
And-
cut for the middle one.
You know, I have too stepped on a Lego, and I think that's the face I made. I don't know. See, I'm torn between the plunger going to this guy because he looks like he's prairie dogging, like he knew the bathroom was clogged, and
Well,
he's
that
like, "This
could
is
be.
not a shark. This is
It's-
not a shark."
It's never the ones you think it is though. That's what.
I know.
Well, I'm kind of like,
We did okay last time, and we were wrong with
Nothing.
all of them.
He did have the plunger.
He was prairie dogging. See, I have to really trust my instincts.
I'm
I have a
curious
sixth
about the
sense
leg.
about people who need to poo.
All right, I knew it had to be a chick that had the cup. It was just the wrong
Yeah.
one. But I'm curious about the story behind the Lego.
I'm more curious about the flying Pegasus statue. I feel like we need the story behind that. But I also need the story behind the Lego.
Yeah, I definitely need the story behind the Lego. The pizza, dude was probably in a pizza restaurant and just got mad and threw it.
Hey, they took away his Chuck E. Cheese. He had paid all of his tickets. He was going to get to play with him. And then they take him out and he doesn't even get his experience.
He had already gone through 2 pitchers and he was mad he didn't get to see Chucky, so he started throwing pizza. I get it.
And then, you know, just when they thought he was going to get to see Chucky, the cops come in and arrest him for credit card fraud.
Nobody caught a break that night.
I want to say that life went on with Chuck E. Cheese's, but this isn't a fairy tale. This is Shawshank Chuck E. Cheese's.
How do you explain that to your kid the next time you go into Chuck E. Cheese and they got a different guy in the costume? It's like, Chucky, I thought you went to jail.
I don't know. Volstorm, you are talking to a woman who was about to tell her, who was very tempted to tell her youngest, most feral that God cursed him with a sunburn that left blisters because he said "D's nuts" in church. So I'm not the parent to ask.
No, that's not the best part. The best part of that is he was naming his group D's Nuts.
Yeah, it was the most popular name. Beat the Disciples.
See, God has a sense of humor.
He did create possums, so
True.
there you go.
True.
Well, you guys, I am going to let you guys go for a little bit. I do have you rerouted. It looks like our favorite Mighty Morphin Mormon. That's right. Our transmogrified being of excellence. And Sarah Boone's future roommate, if I rule the world. Lori Vallow is getting sentenced today. So after this, I kind of hope we're done with sentencings for a while, because they kick my butt. And let's hope Lori keeps her craziness to a minimum today. Because
Doubt
I'm
it.
still torturing myself as to whether I want to figure out exactly which of the Quattro Nephis she was supposed to be. I have learned more about the Mormon church than I'd never wanted to know. Because apparently there is Nephi, this guy, and there's 4 books, but apparently he does all sorts of adventures, and they were 4 people that were named Nephi. So I'm like, couldn't you just make a different book with a different name?
You would think. You would think.
To be fair, as a bad speller, like everyone would be named Bob and Ross in my books.
Yes.
But there you guys go. We do have a sentencing. It is supposed to start at 11 or 12. Court TV is saying that it is going to start at 12, but oh God, Sandra Vanda Ark has a new hearing. We might watch that tomorrow. I'm going to warn you guys, tomorrow's going to be full of curse words and anger.
Nice.
So, but Sandra Vanda Ark is another a-hole that needs to be taken down a peg. And I'm
Well,
here for it.
sounds like she's well on her way.
Not to mention, I do need to break open that slushy machine and, make me an adult beverage. I'll be
But that
pretending
margarita
to
machine
stream
you use.
tomorrow. And I'll be like, look, this woman's evil. And they'll be like, Mo, how much did you drink? And I'll be like, look, I cut it with only half Diet Sprite. I'm balling today.
No, you just look at him and go, mind your business.
To be fair, I do that, but I will say that poor Mr. Mo has to deal with a lot. So the last time that I sent him out for anything that helps with my leg, I sent him out to the local approved of and legal dispensary thingies that are here in Indiana.
Yes.
Now, my husband is so kind and nice. He's nearly Canadian, so he has never done the bad stuff. So I told him exactly what I wrote it down on a little Post-it note. I get a call 5 minutes later, a group call. Hi, yeah, it's the guy that works here. Hey, and I'm like, hey, Rasta, what you doing? Hi. And he's like, your husband. He looks, honest to God, he looks like Valhalla's dad.
Oh, really?
And he hugs just like Valhalla too, because like dispensary people never see you at your best.
No, but
Kinda
here's
like-
the thing. Anytime I've ever gone to one of those places, they are the nicest damn
They
people
are.
in the world.
So I was having a really, really, really bad day. And Mr. Mo, it was either he would go and get me some stronger gummies or I was going to have to go to the ER.
Right.
And I was not going to go to the ER. But Mr. Mo, after giving himself this great, mission to achieve, realized he had no idea what was going on.
What he was doing. Yeah.
And I realized that I don't effectively communicate when I'm in a high amount of pain and I'm talking to, let's say, a professional hippie. When I say strong, for me, I'm talking about like your teetotaler, this man gave me a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah.
So Mr. Mo comes back home and, I get feeling better. And he's like, how are your legs? And I was like, they're not attached. And it's awesome.
This is great. I don't feel them at all.
And then he said, so you're feeling better? And I was like, you know what? I really need you to stop talking like a Muppet because you're a really weird puppet. But have you ever thought about getting brownies like now? For me?
I need all the chips. All
Yeah.
the chips.
So apparently what I told him was my legs were not attached. And whenever he would try to ask me anything else, I was like, and where are we on the status of them brownies?
Well, at least you were focused.
I was like, if only I could channel my brownie needs and devotion to staying on a mission like I could do with my semi-profitable hobby, my channel, instead of squirreling out all the time.
Hey, that's what makes YouTube great. Squirreling out.
It does.
It
Well,
does.
thank you guys so much for joining, and I will be back here to deal with Lori Vallow. I will not be wearing a baby ponytail. Look, I am watching The Youngest Most Ferals all by myself. Mr. Mo has better credit, so he's taken our oldest daughter to the college to, in case she has to sign for anything,
Yeah.
which I didn't even think about this because Mr. Mo's my smart thinking partner, and I just think about, wigs and such. And he's like, you realize you really haven't held any of the utilities or anything like that. He's like, what is your credit score? And I was like, well, I don't use it. So isn't it like 800 or something? And he's like, I bought you Experian. Have you not been checking your credit score? And I was like, I don't have credit cards. Why do I need to check my credit score?
All right.
And he's like, yeah, I'll go with her because I've got, a good score. And I was like, okay, well, being all responsible and stuff, rubbing it in my
Fine.
face, see how you are. I'm going to go get me a credit card. So my Sailor Moon visa will be here in, just kidding.
Nice. Nice.
Don't tempt me. This is why I cannot go to Japan for my own safety and fiscal responsibility.
I can't make it back home. I spent all the money. I mean, all the money.
But yeah, pretty much. Have a great day. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. But have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire because, well, you've got executives with golden showers, Chuck E. Cheese creating felonies. I mean, it's a crazy world out there. Keep yourselves safe.
Peace.
Bye, you guys.